Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
I was actually going to make tea this morning, but my setup looked actually rather nice today.
Let's go.
Maboroshi. The bell.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the Dance of Cinema podcast. We're so excited to bring you this episode because we've gotten everything set up properly. My camera's no longer on a box. Claudius Audio is going to record this time. Yeah. And it's going to be a great episode. We have a very exciting topic to bring today. So today we're going to be talking about our most anticipated films of 2021. We're about halfway through the year, but I feel like most of these films still haven't come out yet, or are just starting to come out at festivals. Yeah, so we've got 5 picks each. We're just going to go take turns in descending order, starting from our less and then going to our most anticipated. Anything on your end? Also, hello, and how are you?
I'm very good. I guess nothing on my end except that we're talking about one film that is not coming out this year, but that was supposed to come out this year. So some might guess that film, but I'm going to talk about it because I'm so excited for that one that I just can't help but I have to talk about that one. Yeah, because I'm so insanely excited. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. All right, I guess before we get into our picks, I'll let you go first, but I'm just going to go through some minor excited ones that we just don't have time to go deep into. So we've got, on the count of 3, Red Rocket, Human Flowers of Flesh, Titane, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Come On, Come On, Riders of Justice, The Last Duel, Memoria, Mission Impossible 7, Last Night in Soho, Oscar Ferrati's A Hero. I guess I'm still excited for No Time to Die. There's a new Park Chan-wook film called Decision to Leave. Let's see. You're not talking about Killers of the Flower Moon, right?
Nope. No.
Okay, so that's Scorsese's new film. Yes. Let's see. We have Céline Sciamma's new film Petite Maman, and then what's his name? I was about to say Mad Max. George Miller's new film is called 3,000 Years of Longing, but that recently just got postponed as well. And then Soggy Bottom, which we were going to talk about, but neither of us like the title, so we're not.
The title is just... the title seems so unintriguing as fuck. Yeah, it's I'm a fan of Paul Thomas Anderson, of course, because his films are insane. Yeah. I love, all of his films. Phantom Thread and There Will Be Blood, probably my favorite, but probably Phantom Thread. But the title is just...
it's rather odd.
It's just not...
I'm actually changing my list really quick. So I was going to talk about House of Gucci, but I don't know much about it, so I'm switching another film in. We'll talk about that soon. Okay. So yeah, House of Gucci's an honorable mention for sure. All right, Claudius, let's get into your number 5 pick.
Yeah, I guess I don't know too much about this one. It's The Card Counter by Paul Schrader. And I guess there's several reasons why I'm excited. Main reason, of course, being that it's by Schrader. And First Reformed I love. I think that's a film that hit the zeitgeist in a way that few films manage to, and of course you realize that he wrote both Taxi Driver and First Reformed, that there's similarities, but other than other films kind of imitating Taxi Driver, First Reformed is its own thing. And I just have faith in Schrader as a... Did he write this? Yeah, he did. Okay. As a director and a writer. And second reason, of course, that I'm excited is that Oscar Isaac is in that one. He's amazing. And the final reason would be that I'm really interested in card manipulation and card kind of mechanics and card counting. I don't know how in depth the film goes with that.
Do one of your card tricks.
No. No.
Where are
no,
they?
No. They're back there somewhere lying, but
All right.
I'm not gonna embarrass myself now. No.
You always have struck me as the kind of person who would know how to count cards.
Yeah, I guess I may be able to do that. I mean, I know how it works, and I know how. I did practice that for some time. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this movie too. I don't know much about it, but I mean, I'll pretty much watch anything Oscar Isaac is in at this point.
Yes.
And yeah, Paul Schrader is, I think, maybe not one of my favorite, but definitely one of the most interesting writers that exists right now.
Yeah, and he's not one of my favorites either, but I'm excited to see this one.
There's this Twitter account, or maybe it's a Facebook page, that's listed under Paul Schrader's name, and he just posts ridiculous things.
Yeah,
is that his real Twitter, or is that like a satire?
Like, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw a few of those on Instagram, I guess, like as memes or whatever. But
yeah,
I enter unwashed into a world that disrespects me and despises my values. No idea if that's the real one. Yeah, you go ahead with your number 5.
Okay. Yeah. So my number 5, which I recently just switched 5 minutes ago, is After Yang, the new film by Kogonada. Have you heard of this one?
Nope.
Okay, here you go. After Yang is his second feature film. His first one was Columbus, if you guys are a fan of that one. I know it's recently picked up a bit of like an indie cult following. Columbus was 2017 with John Cho and Haley Lou Richardson. Lots of cinematic parallels to like Ozu films, especially Late Spring. But yeah, Kogonada is actually, I think he got his start as like a YouTube video essayist. Like he used to make YouTube video essays, and then I believe he like crowdfunded this film Columbus, and it did really well, and like I absolutely loved it. It's so simple and just minimalistic sort of in its aesthetics, but like to have that as a debut is honestly like so impressive. And After Yang just premiered at Cannes, actually, I think a couple days ago. But yeah, it's his sophomore film, and it centers around, I'll just read the synopsis. Father and daughter as they try to save the life of their robotic family member in a world where robotic children are purchased as live-in babysitters.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a really crazy thing, a crazy plot. And yeah, this robot babysitter has been programmed to help the little sister learn about her cultural heritage. And so this stars Colin Farrell, I'm assuming is the dad, Jodie Turner-Smith, and also Haley Lou Richardson. So, yeah, I don't know anything about it beyond that, other than it's going to be incredible, and I've heard from a lot of my Asian friends who've already seen it that it's especially like special. So I don't know. I'm really excited for it.
I'll have to watch Columbus now because I haven't seen that one yet.
You would really appreciate Columbus.
Yeah. And he crowdfunded it?
I think so.
So it's an like completely independent production?
I'm pretty sure Columbus was like entirely indie.
Insane. Yeah.
It definitely feels like it, but yeah, I mean, he got John Cho on. John Cho might have executive produced. I don't know. Yeah,
I guess I'll go ahead with my number 4, which is The Green Knight.
That's number 4? Damn, I thought that was your number 2 or something. Okay.
No. But I'm really hyped about that one. There's just a few films that I'm so hyped about that this would not top those. I'm excited because I guess I'll read the synopsis first. And there's been a video like that A24 released with
narrated by Ralph Ineson.
Oh, damn,
The
that
best voice
voice
in cinema.
Yeah, insane. But it's a fantasy adventure based on the Arthurian legend, The Green Knight. Tells the story of Sir Gawain, who is played by Dev Patel, King Arthur's headstrong nephew, who embarks on a quest to confront the eponymous knight, a gigantic tree-like creature. The trailers just look insane, both visually and I guess I'm not sure if it'll be very blockbustery or if the trailers make it seem like that. I'm not sure yet, but I'm excited to find out because since Ghost Story, I guess we know that David Lowery is able to make very slow, kind of profound, philosophical films, which that film absolutely hits home for me. It's amazing.
Ghost Story is one of my, it's probably top 50 for me.
It's so good.
I absolutely adore it. It's so good.
Same. And I know that Lowery can get amazing performances out of his actors as well, and actresses. So the fact that Dev Patel, Alicia Vikander, Joel Edgerton...
Alicia Vikander's in this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alicia Vikander. I love Alicia Vikander.
Me too, dude. I didn't know she was in this. What?
Joel Edgerton, Sean Harris, I guess, who are both perfect for like timepieces and on...
Oh, damn, dude.
Like,
Sean Harris is great.
Sean Harris is the character that always, like, in castles, he's always the guy standing in some corner, like, giving advice to the king or some stuff like that. But I think he is the king in this case.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm really
got
excited
a promotion.
for... Yeah. I'm hyped as fuck about this one. The
Ralph
visuals
Ineson is actually in the movie, too.
Yeah.
Oh, he plays the Green Knight, I guess. Yeah, motion capture.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
and Barry Keoghan is in here. I'm just looking at the cast list.
Keegan, I think.
Keegan. Sorry.
European names, huh?
Damn, I had no idea Alicia Vikander was in this. Was she in the trailer? I don't remember seeing her.
One short frame, I think, like one shot of her is in this, or in the first trailer. I'm not sure, but she's in the trailer. Yeah, the trailer looks amazing. Like the visuals look insane. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one.
Okay. Honestly, knowing that, this would probably be like my number 6 on my anticipated list. For me, David Lowery is like one of my favorite working directors.
Yeah,
he's one of those weird cases where their careers like very split in terms of like indie and then very blockbuster. Like he did Pete's Dragon, which is I think kind of a weird pick. I mean, it was good, but
I hope this is. It could be a mix of both, but it could be. I hope this is something special, and it seems like it could be. Yeah. So I'm excited
and for
to
those
find out.
reasons, I feel like David Lowery might be literally like the perfect director to helm something like this.
Yep. Yes.
I was initially very excited when this first, before the trailer came out, anything, because Terrence Malick was originally attached to direct it.
That would be a completely different film.
I know.
Of course.
It would have been insane. Like, I still really want to see Malick's version of this movie. But, I mean, I think
of course you do.
Yeah, it'll be great either way. So, I guess since I'm already talking about Malick, I'll just switch my order a bit. But my next pick would be The Way of the Wind, which is Malick's new film. I don't think many people know that this is even a thing, but
I didn't.
Yeah, it's probably not going to end up coming out this year. Currently, it's slated to be released late 2021, but I mean, knowing Malick, it's probably going to be 2023 or something. Like, he spends so much time editing. And so, basically, it's a dramatization of several episodes in the life of Christ, and we have Geza Roig, who is actually the main actor in Son of Saul, I think, playing Jesus. And then we have Matthias Schoenaerts. Do you know who that is? He's in A Hidden Life. Danish girl. He's usually not like a lead actor, but he's
Mm-hmm.
fantastic in what I have seen him in. But he's playing Peter, and then
Nice.
okay, so Mark Rylance is playing Satan.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's such funny casting because he's like the
Yeah.
most soft-spoken person.
Okay,
in
but
Hollywood.
think of the witch. I mean, he
You're
does
right.
have a soft voice as well.
Ooh, I just got shivers, man.
Deliciously.
Let's do your. What is this? Your third?
Yeah, that's top 3 now, which would be Dune by Denis Villeneuve. And I guess, yeah, since quite some time, I'm just willing to watch anything Villeneuve would ever make. And him saying that this is his best film is amazing. Of course,
He said that?
marketing as well. Yeah, he said that this is by far the film he's most like
Wow,
happy with,
I
and
didn't know that.
yeah, I am going to watch this several times in cinemas when it comes out. Like, I'm
Oh,
really excited about the casting as well. Of course, there's a few people that don't like Timothée Chalamet as much, but I think he's amazing, and he does seem perfect for the role, kind of Paul. So for those who don't know anything about Dune, it's in the original it's a book by Frank Herbert, one of the most like influential sci-fi novels ever, I think. And this film is the retelling of that novel, I guess. And it's supposed to be several films, 2 or 3, I don't know.
I believe initially they said 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of their most recent updates said that they might not do a second one, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, I guess the reason why they might not be able to do one is if this does not get released in cinemas. But I hope it does. I really do.
Yeah, I think I remember reading one interview where Villeneuve said
Yeah.
like he wouldn't want to do it if he couldn't do it properly,
Yeah.
which would pertain 2 parts. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it ended up happening.
Hans Zimmer is scoring this, and
No, he's not.
yeah, of course he is.
Really?
Yeah, he
I
ended
didn't
up
know that.
he ended up not doing Tenet because he wanted to do this. Yeah.
Oh shit! Wait, why
Yeah.
do I not know anything about? Oh, you're right. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I guess Zimmer is amazing with sci-fi. He can be insane. Like Blade Runner.
I just got
I
chills.
don't know if he worked with Villeneuve before, of course, so this is probably going to be a pretty
Oh
great
my
collaboration.
God.
But
Yeah.
I hope this is insane. Like,
I mean, Interstellar is one of my favorite scores
yeah,
ever.
I hope this score has as much a singular voice as Interstellar
Yes,
or
please, please.
or Blade Runner 2049 have, because that would be amazing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Yeah,
I'm
and
just I'm just very hyped for this. Greg Fraser cinematography, who is going to do Batman as well.
Right. Yeah, and for those who don't know, he did Rogue One, so we know that he can do like bigger budget type things. Foxcatcher, which is like super underrated. Have you seen Foxcatcher?
Nope.
Okay, I think you would really like it. I think he also shot Killing Them Softly.
And he did parts of The Mandalorian as well.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, he's a probably like one of the 10 best DPs working today.
Yeah, he's exciting because he's still, I mean, he's made it kind of, but he's still on his way up kind of. It's, at least it does seem like like he is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited
I feel
to see
like-
what he does with this, because with a director such as Villeneuve, who always has a singular vision kind of, there's the possibility of the cinematography going beyond what the cinematographer has done up until this point. So
Yeah.
yeah, very, very excited for this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he also, I'm just looking at the letterbox, I guess he also shot Lion and Zero Dark 30, which both have very like documentary feels to them. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how he pairs with Villeneuve.
Yeah.
I think Greg Fraser's most recent work though has almost it's felt very similar to like how Deakins used to shoot things.
Kind of.
I think he's following in similar footsteps, which,
Yes.
I mean, for Villeneuve is perfect.
It's great.
Like,
yeah.
and then his usual editor Joe Walker is editing, which was to be expected. Yeah, Dune is going to be incredible. I didn't know Zimmer was doing the score, so that's probably the thing I'm most excited about now.
Like someone I'm really excited about is Javier Badem acting in this, because I love him.
Me too, man.
Since No Country for Old Men has been one of my favorites, and his performance in Skyfall is insane. I'm excited like for basically everything he does. He's a great actor. I love him.
My dad and I like meme about him every other day. Like we quote from No Country for Old Men and Skyfall so often. Like he's just such a freak, but we love him so much. I mean, that's just the thing about Javier Bardem is like he probably has like the biggest range out of any actor I think working right now. Have you seen Beautiful, the Iñárritu film where he's the main character?
I know.
Dude,
I have to watch that one.
Insane performance. Yeah. I don't even think he was nominated that year. Maybe, but yeah. Anyway, the cast is absolutely loaded.
It's on my list.
And we're obviously like, honestly, I would have put Dune in my top 5, but I didn't want us to overlap on more than one pick.
Because we overlap once now with, I don't know, is it your favorite pick?
Yeah, it'll be my number 1.
Then
so
I guess
we'll get to it.
Yeah, because it's my number 2, so.
Oh, we'll just save it. We'll save it for last.
Okay.
We'll just save it for last.
So next one I'm going to talk about is my favorite, then, or my most anticipated. Yeah, but you go ahead with yours. Yeah.
Okay, my number 3 is Joachim Trier's new film.
Joachim
the worst person, the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
It's actually a biopic about Claudius. Just kidding.
Nice. I was so
fun of how I say this.
I didn't see the joke coming at all. I was like
it was not planned. I just thought of it. The worst person in the world. He's one of my favorite directors right now. I mean, I've said that for literally every person I've talked about so far. Yeah. But he did Thelma, Oslo, August 31st, Reprise. Like, I think those are his only films, actually.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe one more, but there's something just so like refreshingly simple about his filmmaking style, and he's able to get these
but something
unreal
very
performances out of his actors every time.
Yeah, I mean, they're simple, but they're very stylish as well. His films have a very distinct kind of sense for visuals, but not like
Thelma definitely does. Yeah,
each film does, but not. They don't overlap necessarily in terms of. There's always a distinct kind of feel to each of his films, or the ones that I've seen, which is Oslo and Thelma. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this just premiered at Cannes as well, and from what I've heard, it's the best film to come from the festival.
Yeah.
Which is saying a lot, because there's a lot of really great stuff coming this year from Cannes. But yeah, I've heard it's like almost like a dark comedy or romantic comedy with drama or something like that. So it's I guess supposed to take this 30-something millennial coming of age story and sort of flip it on its head a little bit in terms of like expectations and stuff like that. And it's co-starring Anders Lie, I don't know, the actor from Oslo and his other films as well. I've heard he gives a heartbreakingly good performance in this film. So that's my third pick. Let's see. Let's go to your go to your favorite pick. Yeah.
And let me just say, I'm very excited about that one as well. The thing is that I haven't heard about it until yesterday when you mentioned it in your story. I don't know, yesterday, 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
Something like that, yeah. And Bruce is way more informed about upcoming films than I am. So, mine are more, I guess, a little bit more mainstream, kind of blockbustery. Dune, Green Knight, and Yeah, my favorite, most anticipated is The Northmen by Robert Eggers. And Eggers, we talked about this a few days ago, that he's definitely one of my favorite like modern directors working today. And the director I'm most excited for to continue making films, because his films are so unique. Man. It's just, they're so refreshing, kind of, in that his approach isn't necessarily story first, but I mean, he says that very openly in everything, like in lectures he gives or interviews, that he thinks of the mood and the visuals first, and then kind of through his research into the time period, which is like very extensive, and you can feel that in both The Witch and The Lighthouse even more, of course. That he's kind of the research freak, like really obsessed with creating an accurate kind of image.
Almost gives me kind of like Kubrick vibes, honestly.
Yeah.
Less so in terms of his presentation and style, but yeah, just the way that he goes about like making films is very like Stanley.
Yeah, because Stanley as well. I mean, he did not necessarily write his own stories, because he took other people's works and kind of
but I mean, just in terms of his,
them, but made them his own.
Yeah, and his research and just I don't know. I'm also super excited for The Northmen, even though it did get postponed.
Yeah, it did. But the cast is insane. I mean, the fact that, okay, wait, let me say something about the film itself. It's a historical thriller film, as we would expect from Eggers, and the screenplay is written by him and Sjon, who is an Icelandic poet, novelist, and lyricist. So this is going to be incredibly interesting in terms of languages. Like, again, it's a Viking film. And it's set at the turn of the 10th century in Iceland, the film is going to be in color, from what Eggers said until now, because Iceland, dude, the black beaches and, I'm so hyped. Set in Iceland, stars as Alexander Skarsgård as a Nordic prince, or the Nordic prince Amleth, who seeks revenge after his father is murdered. And the film stars Nicole Kidman, Anya Taylor-Joy, Björk, Ralph Ineson, Ethan Hawke, and Willem Dafoe. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know. These are kind of, I mean, there's faces that just fit into Eggers' style and films, and thinking of a Nordic kind of epic historical tale about Vikings, and thinking of Nicole Kidman, who has like one of the most special faces, in my opinion, like for that could possibly be in that film. So Nicole Kidman, Anya Taylor-Joy, Ethan Hawke, such a special face as well, with a big like crease in his like forehead here, and then Willem Dafoe, which is like
so glad he decided to work with him again. I mean, obviously they had a very special like chemistry director-actor relationship in The Lighthouse.
But I guess all of these are like these are actors that intentionally pick special films that have a unique kind of artistic voice. I love Nicole Kidman for that, like that she actually like Killing of a Sacred Deer as well, stuff like that. Yeah. It's
also Björk is credited here as the Slav Witch. Which is ridiculous. Like, she was literally born to play the Slav Witch. I don't even know what that means, but
she definitely
so good. And just like if someone had pitched this movie with this cast like a couple of years ago, you would have been like, you're out of your mind. Like, you want to put Björk and Anya Taylor-Joy on the same screen? Like, do you want to break the fabric of reality?
The screen is just gonna burn.
Okay. We just did a quick camera battery change, both of us. But yeah, that's The Northmen. So bummed that it got pushed back. But
I guess I want the film to be at its best. So I guess this is not coming out this year, but I'm so excited for it. Seeing, because I did not see The Lighthouse in the cinema, so seeing this in cinemas will be insane. Yeah.
All right. So my number 2 pick is Blonde, which is Andrew Dominik's new film. It's basically just a chronicle of the inner life of Marilyn Monroe. And Marilyn Monroe is being played by Ana de Armas, which is, I mean, who is one of my favorite actresses. I mean, she had like smaller roles in Blade Runner and War Dogs and stuff like that, but she was really given like a chance to shine in Rian Johnson's Knives Out.
Which I loved.
Yeah, and I mean, that role was almost like against her usual typecast. Like, she's usually cast as like
True.
the femme fatale, or like this, I don't know, just like one of my favorite performances of 2019 actually. And I don't know, I just feel like earlier in her career she just wasn't given the best scripts to like really showcase what she can do. And like from early reviews and stuff about Blonde, I've heard that it's like literally a decade defining performance from her. Which is interesting because, I mean, she has a very strong Cuban accent, I think it's Cuban. And so I'm interested to see how she sort of went about the unique voice of Marilyn Monroe. Because I mean, Marilyn Monroe's speech is just so unique and like iconic. But I heard that Ana de Armas did like literally almost a year of vocal training to like match it perfectly. And from writers that I've seen, they've called it like there hasn't been a feminist film like this. Really should be good. I mean, Andrew Dominik, for those who don't recognize the name, he did Killing Them Softly and one of my favorite movies, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. And like, he hasn't really done much in terms of feature films beyond that. So I don't know. I think honestly this is like his 3rd film, maybe 4th. But yeah,
I think it is his 3rd. I looked it up on Letterboxd before we started, but I think it is his 3rd. Yeah, I don't know. What I love about Ana de Armas is that what I loved in Knives Out was that she can act really like overly expressively almost, but not make it seem cliche or unbelievable. Yeah. So she can be incredibly, almost comically expressive, like very over the top, but it doesn't.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It doesn't seem over the top because she does it so well, and it kind of fits her. It just fits her character, I guess.
I hope this comes out this year. It's slated for 2021, so I don't know. Okay, we're on to our last pick. The one film.
Yeah, you go ahead. It's because it's your favorite, and that would be my second favorite. Okay, or second most anticipated.
All right, I'll intro it, and then we'll just chat a bit. But yeah, this next film, I mean, if you follow me at all, you'll already know what it is, but it's Leos Carax's film Annette, which is a musical written by Sparks, or the Sparks brothers, I guess. And it's starring Adam Driver, of course, my favorite actor. Marianne Cotillard, also one of my favorite actors. And let me just read this synopsis because it's really ridiculous.
Yeah.
The story of Henry, a stand-up comedian with a fierce sense of humor, and Anne, a singer of international renown. In the spotlight, they are the perfect couple, healthy, happy, and glamorous. The birth of their first child, Annette, a mysterious girl with an exceptional destiny, will change their lives. And I mean, if you'll see the trailer, the baby is played by a puppet. Like, it's literally a marionette doll. So it's no spoiler to say that, but it's like
Leos Carax. Yeah,
it's so. I mean, from what I've heard, the movie is just, there's nothing like it really, and
of course there isn't. It's
like, just the fact that we're getting a musical finally from Leos is huge, like, dream fulfillment for me. Like, Leos is one of my favorite directors for sure. Not just working today, but like of all time. Mavai Song and Lovers on the Bridge are easily like two of my favorite films ever made. Both of those contain like musical elements, like there's dance numbers and there's singing, but I don't think he's actually like made a musical before.
The thing with Leos Carax is that I've only seen Holy Motors, but I'm so hyped about all of his other films and watching Mavasang, which is probably the one I'm gonna watch next. And then I'm gonna watch Two Lovers on a Bridge. But you're so hyped about this, and I kind of just trust your taste. And the trailer just looked so good.
So out there, like.
Yeah.
I mean, right now the poster is of this sort of ocean set piece where they're dancing and singing on this ship that's being tossed around by huge waves and stuff like that, and like. I don't know. There's just so many set pieces, and I've heard that like this is one of those films where there's just so many moments that are like the definition of cinema and like what cinema can be. I've also heard some things where like the film enters a place where it's a little hard to follow, which I've never really cared about. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like if I feel like people who are criticizing the film for that don't really know who Leos is. Like, have you seen Holy Motors?
What the fuck?
Yeah. So.
And I love Marion Cotillard.
Yeah. She's a legend at this point.
I'm probably even more excited about her in this film than I am about Adam Driver. Although I'm like really excited about Adam Driver as well. Yeah. But that moment of him like lighting a cigarette during the Cannes standing ovation.
Oh yeah.
Because Carax always lights a cigarette, but then Adam Driver did that. Yeah. And we're not promoting smoking, of course. No.
Of course not, but we are promoting this film. This podcast is sponsored by Annette and Amazon Prime. Yes. Catch it on Amazon Prime August 20th, and you can see it in theaters on August 6th. Actually, so the day that this premiered in Cannes, I was doing a live stream, and like, I guess the film released at the same time in France, just publicly, like in theaters. So, like, people who live in France have already seen it. Which I'm a little bit jealous about, but I only have to
I
wait
could go
half
to
a month.
France. I mean, it's not too. I don't know. It's not too long. 6-hour drive. I could do that.
Legit, like if I lived in Germany, I would. I'm not kidding. Like we would do a road trip and see Annette in theaters, bro.
Wait, Google Maps.
Yeah, let's see how long it would be. I mean,
where should I go in France?
Anywhere, like probably just Paris. I don't know.
Paris.
Flights to France right now are like $1,000 from the US though, so that kind of sucks.
Okay. I guess it's it's 8 hours, but
hey, that's the same distance it is from me to Telluride, and I like, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if this film won't be at Telluride. Because,
that would be funny though.
Yeah.
Me driving to Paris just to watch it. Or what am I saying? Not just to watch Annette, it's to watch Annette.
To watch Annette, yeah. I mean, I'm so excited for this movie. I mean, if you're following me on Instagram, you'll know I'm doing my top 200 series right now. I'm so excited for Annette. I've reserved a spot for it in my top 100 because I'm that positive that I'll love it that much. Don't know what I'm going to do if I, for some reason, don't love it that much. I'll have to, like, I don't know.
You'll have to bump the white ribbon up.
I'll have
because that was in your honorable mentions. What the fuck? What the fuck?
To be fair, I haven't seen that since, like, 2016.
Bruce, you know what? I'm just going to leave.
And that's the end of the podcast.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an example, but yeah, I'm so unreasonably hyped, I think, for this movie. I need to sort of like put my expectations in check a bit.
I'm really hyped about this, but the film I'm unreasonably hyped about is The Northman. Yeah. It's just, my hype for that is so insanely, like, huge. Yeah.
This episode's just turned into us fanboying about Robert Eggers. And
true. You'll have to cut away, like, 10 minutes of us just saying, oh, it's going to be so good.
And also, we've said, like, for each film, this director's absolutely one of my favorite working directors. Like, I feel like we should do an episode about the best working directors, because I think it's almost redundancy to say it for each film, because I mean, I like, we're only talking about the filmmakers that really are like exciting to us. But anyways, those are our picks for the most anticipated films of the year. Yeah, that's, unless we've forgotten any.
Nope.
There's some films that I'm sure you guys were expecting us to mention, but
maybe. Guillermo del Toro has a new one coming up. Is it some kind of street, I think? What's the name?
Yeah, do a quick search of that. I think my letterbox list for most anticipated is a bit out of date. Like, I haven't updated it in like a month or so, but
Nightmare Alley.
Nightmare Street. Yeah. I'm excited for that. Like, there's a lot to be excited about right now, especially since cinemas are starting to open back up again. Yeah. So I don't know. Let's everybody just have our fingers crossed for a good season, a good rest of the year, I guess, in terms of like the cinema stuff, like staying open, and like, yeah, like we really just need the rest of this year to go well, and for cinemas.
I went to the cinema for the first time last week since ages. It was the first.
What did you see?
I watched The Career with Benedict Cumberbatch, which is, I didn't like the film, but just being in cinemas was amazing, and just because of that, it was a great experience with two of my best friends, or I guess my girlfriend and my best friend.
Shout out to them.
So that
we mention them in like every episode now.
Do we? Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I don't think, when was the last time I went to theaters? Honestly, might have been to Tenet last summer, which it's crazy that was already a year ago, but I'm pretty sure Tenet was my last film as well. Yeah. But
before,
I remember in that Tenet experience, like, there hadn't been any Dune trailers yet, and in that screening, they played like the trailer for Tenet. They played the trailer for Dune. I remember like I went to grab like a snack or something, and as I was coming back in, the trailer for Dune started, and that was the first time anybody, I think, had seen it, because we went to the early screening of Tenet, and so as soon as it ended, like, I ran out and I like posted on my story like, holy shit, like, they posted a Dune trailer, like, who else has seen it? And then it screened the next day. But I mean, there's almost no point in me ranking these. Like, I'm pretty much equally excited for all of the films that we just talked about. So yeah, thanks guys for listening. Thanks Claudius for joining me again. Always a pleasure talking films with you.
It's always fun. And we have some good topics for the next episode. So
we sure do. Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, we've got some good stuff coming up, and we'll see you guys in episode 5, probably sometime in August. Actually, we should, since Annette will be out by then, we'll probably do like a quick review for Annette for the next August episode. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you in episode 5. Go follow Claudius on Instagram at FramedFilm. Yeah, see you guys later. Go watch some good movies.
Bye-bye.